What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the wildest news and rumors you need to know, including Sunny suggesting HANA KIMURA was weak, an ex-WWE wrestler's biggest regret was pulling out of All In, big plans for WrestleMania 36 cancelled, Tony Khan's secret plan for Brian Cage, another case of WWE booking on the fly, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. Hit the intro because it's now time for the news. Now, our first story looks at Sunny suggesting HANA KIMURA was weak. Now, I'm sure you'll all remember Sunny, the original WWE diva who went into a downward spiral, getting arrested etc, but at least she turned her life around during her induction into the WWE Hall of Fame. Now, we're not saying she hasn't had a tough life, she has. She's been hated on many things that she's done in the past and present, which obviously isn't fair, we're not pointing any fingers at her. However, Sunny has recently spoke on the passing of HANA KIMURA and suggests that Hannah was weak for ending her own life. She posted this message on Facebook. For the record, I've been hated on by most assholes than anyone in my business on social media. I've been called some of the most horrific names and words out there. Not once did I ever think of killing myself over it. I would never give them that much power. What did I do instead? Thrive and make more money and make them eat their words. Haters give me power. Now, some people took this as an inspirational message, but others took this as a slap in the face, as while she's saying yes, stand up to haters, that's right, but when you're suggesting that you were powerful for ignoring haters and Hannah wasn't, that's all sorts of wrong. Now, we understand people see this in different ways. Do you think Sunny is right in what she said? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, an ex-WWE wrestler's biggest regret was pulling out of All In. Now, before AEW was a thing, Cody and the Young Bucks promoted the independent extravaganza known as All In, featuring wrestlers from many different promotions. Many participants had been announced, with the first female being Deonna Purrazzo. However, she turned down the opportunity to sign with WWE. Well, after 2 years with the company, she was released. Recently, she spoke on the Wrestling King Daily podcast and felt she was wasted in the company and that she regrets not taking Cody's offer to compete at All In. She mentioned, I 100% feel like me being announced for All In, this culminated in, she's gonna go somewhere else and do something good with other people, so we're gonna bring her here. If they had done something with me, then that would have been fine. But I feel that in the last year or two with AEW, WWE tended to be hoarding. Talent wasn't being released, but so much talent was being brought in that I suffered from so many women coming in and they were all from the same background. What do you guys think? Do you think that if she wrestled at All In she would have been offered a contract in AEW? Would she have been utilized properly in the promotion? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, a big plan for WrestleMania 36 cancelled. The current pandemic has turned the world topsy-turvy, and while the WWE has tried its best to keep things going, the company had to make some major changes to this year's showcase of the Immortals, whether it was moving their show to the WWE Performance Center or scrapping some matches. Apparently, the WWE had plans for bringing back a big name to the company, none other than Hulk Hogan. You may recall that the Hulkster dropping hints that he wanted to end his career with one last match in the WWE, his last match being in TNA. And we're better than the WWE show of shows. According to Paul Davis from WrestlingNews.co, the idea he wouldn't take any bumps. He would work it so he would only have to eliminate 1 or 2 guys at the end, and then he would get his big celebration at the end with his music. It would have been perfect because he lives in the Tampa area. According to Davis, Mr. McMahon was ready to greenlight this, but any chance of it happening ended when Mania was moved to the Performance Center. Well, who do you think Hogan would have buried in order to get his 2-minute celebration? My guess is he probably would have won the 24/7 championship, but then they gave it to Rob Gronkowski. However, that's purely just speculation. Next up, Mike Tyson isn't done with AEW. AEW President Tony Khan provided some information on what to expect after Double or Nothing during the post-show media call. According to a summary by the Wrestling Observer Figure 4 Online's Josh Nason, more details on AEW Fyter Fest will be announced on this Wednesday's episode of Dynamite. He said several people contributed ideas to the Stadium Stampede match, including himself, Chris Jericho, the Young Bucks, and others. Cody Rhodes also spoke after the show, stating, "Lance Archer is one of the top 3 people he's ever been in the ring with. Khan and QT Marshall were the main drivers of bringing him in, and he was initially questioned that move, but not anymore." Cody also said there's a silver-plated version of the TNT Championship, but he may stick with the current version. AEW champion Moxley also talked about wanting to work with a variety of opponents in AEW, ranging from Cody to MJF to Darby Allin and others, and he'll modify his style as needed to do so. And finally, Mike Tyson isn't done with the company just yet, as he's also scheduled to appear on the 27th May Dynamite, but no word on what his role is for the night. It's also worth noting that Rusev was watching the Stadium Stampede and mentioned,
"But speaking of wrestling though, last night was fun. I got to, I work out every now and again. And I set my TV, my phone or whatever, and I watched a little bit of AEW. I don't know if it's legal to say. Is it legal to say? I'm looking at my lawyer. Is it legal to say? Yeah, it's okay. You can talk about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so I guess I can talk about it. It was fun, man. It was fun watching, especially that main event.
Next up, Jim Ross defends AEW. While AEW's 2020 Double or Nothing seems to have been well received by fans, some fans criticized the show for not putting over its heels Lance Archer and Mr. Brody Lee, 2 men who competed in championship matches and came up short. After former WCW wrestler Glenn Gilberti tweeted, "Lance, Brody, Inner Circle. Who has heat after that?" Good old JR responded, "Guys that can work can regain heat, and all the men you mentioned can. I think you're grossly overstating this matter, but thanks for watching." JR is right, but unless AEW is careful with how they use Archer and Lee going forward, fans could lose their goodwill towards AEW due to how it books its heels. The Inner Circle should have no problem bouncing back, as they've been booked strongly since their formation. Next up, Tony Khan's secret plan for Brian Cage. Former Impact World Champion Brian Cage debuted at AEW's Double or Nothing Casino Battle Royal, winning the match and earning an AEW World Heavyweight Championship match. During the post-pay-per-view press conference, AEW President Tony Khan revealed a huge secret. Brian Cage has been signed with AEW since January of this year. Tony explained, "Brian signed and he was injured when he was signed. There were people who were like, 'You're crazy, you paid him the whole time he was hurt. He didn't get hurt in your company.' I really like Brian and I really believed in him. I wanted this with Brian and Taz all along, and there was a method to it, but he wasn't going to be ready to go until around Double or Nothing. I always knew Brian was going to factor in Double or Nothing. He was always expected to be cleared in May, so we signed him. He rehabbed and got ready." Tony's comments suggest the long-term planning AEW makes with its storylines, and while wrestling promotions are often forced to change plans due to injuries or things like ongoing health crisis, it's reassuring that long-term plans are made, as this often results in a better product. Khan also discussed that Cage was unaware of AEW's plans for him, and if Khan's statements are accurate, they're big plans. He and Cage had no idea what he came in to do. He's great, we really believe in him and strap a rocket to him, you could say, and I think he's awesome. I'm really glad that Taz and Cage were able to have that moment. Now finally that's pretty cool. Ideally, we would have been able to do it. I'll have them come in and do something sooner, but you know what, Brian got injured. This is always what we planned when he told me he was going to be cleared in May. As noted in an earlier news video, Cage will challenge Jon Moxley for the AEW title at the promotion's upcoming Fyter Fest event. The date has yet to be determined. Hopefully AEW will do a good job building up this match, unlike Mox's match against Mr. Brody Lee that was booked with little build-up. Next up, another case of the WWE booking on the fly. WWE is well known for booking on the fly, so it's never a surprise when the WWE pulls something out of left field. AJ Styles' trade to SmackDown from Raw being the latest. In case you missed it, the Phenomenal One entered the tournament to crown a new Intercontinental Champion, even though he is a Raw roster member. At least he was until 22nd May when Michael Cole announced that he'd be traded for future consideration. According to WrestlingNews.co, the decision was a last-minute one, and Cole was asked to do a voiceover from his house to be inserted into the broadcast. There was a second voiceover done that was inserted later into the show. Another thing to consider is that WWE announced that the brand-to-brand invitational only allows superstars to appear on the opposite brand 4 times per year, but Styles will burn through the number just by appearing in the tournament matches. Of course, many fans are already predicting the WWE will change the rules of the brand-to-brand invitational to suit their storyline needs. And finally, an injury update on Dr. Britt Baker. Real-life dentist and professional wrestler Dr. Britt Baker was injured on the 20th May edition of Dynamite when Statlander slammed her tag team partner Nyla Rose onto her. Unfortunately, Rose landed on Baker's leg, injuring her. Just how badly she was hurt was revealed by AEW Dr. Michael Sampson during Double or Nothing. As noted by the Wrestling Observer Figure 4 Online's Josh Nason, Baker did not appear on the pay-per-view, but AEW physician Michael Sampson did, revealing that she suffered a partial LCL tear, an interior tibia fracture, and a small tendon tear in a tag team match on last week's Dynamite. He then said she would be on Dynamite Wednesday to discuss the injuries. Dr. Sampson noted that his patient is high maintenance, and Wrestlelamia can only hope we get footage of Dr. Britt Baker's interactions with Dr. Sampson. But there you have it guys, the wildest news stories and rumours you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.